what do you think about the non-Korean members? Like, since it was kind of like similar to the concept that you guys did in your era, what do you think now? Is it like...
I think it's amazing because like, it was like the first go round, you know what I mean? It was like, they never did that before. No one did that before. They didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. And so I think that like, after my experience, I think they were able, hopefully, to like refine that idea and hopefully make it easier for the girls like behind the scenes. Like, I'm excited because it's like really exciting for girls like me, and like to have representation is so important. I didn't see anyone who looked like me, like no one, not even close. Like if I saw someone who like sort of like resembled me, like maybe they were Brazilian or like Colombian or like something that kind of looked like me, that would have been such a game changer. So now it's cool to think that like there's girls who can look and say there wasn't one at this point, like, but now there's another Black K-pop star and she has darker skin. And with colorism, there's so many layers where it's like people will favor lighter skin and things like that. So I think seeing like more different complexions is so important, because even with my representation, there's plenty of girls who it's like, maybe she got in because she's lighter. I think it's like, it's really, really exciting. So on one end, I'm like, it's amazing and it's exciting, but like part of me just like has that little bit of worry of like hoping that things are like nice behind the scenes, hoping that things are smoother and that they actually like the company learned something from me being there. And I kind of like found myself like making sure like that her smile was genuine, because like I had so many moments where I was like trying so hard to like put on the smile, and like I wanted to be there for girls and give other people a chance to be in that position. So I didn't want to ruin it by like letting what I was going through come out. So I did kind of find myself like looking and just being like, I hope she's like really, the smile is like genuine and people are being nice to her and she's not just like really going through it.
What struggles would they go through, someone that's not Korean?
There's all these little things that like I think people don't account for, and in my situation it was so rushed, and like that's something that in writing my book I'm discovering a lot, because like when you're in it, it's like you don't have that much perspective, but looking back on everything and seeing the trends, I'm like, whoa, like a lot of that was not fair. Like, so for example, like the second comeback for Start a Fire, I ended up straightening my hair. Like no one could do my hair curly, and they didn't have the right tool. They just didn't know how to do it. They just couldn't do it. I did my own hair and it was so exhausting. You know that the hours are insane. So I was waking up 4 a.m. to wash my hair so that it would be dry in time, because while the other girls are in hair and makeup for 4 hours, I'm just sitting there at that point because no one's doing mine. So like I'm just waiting, and I had to do all my stuff before and like to get it dry and get it all ready. So then I always like kind of took up for it and was like, no guys, don't worry, I straightened, it was my choice to straighten my hair, don't feel bad, it was my choice. But looking back, it's like, if you're backed into a corner, is it really a choice?
Do you think they could have provided you with someone that could have done like your hair?
Yeah, I think the bottom line is that if you want a member, there were perks to having me in the group, which was like, oh, she's different, like we're gonna get like publicity off this and off that. If you're gonna have the positive side and you're gonna reap the benefit, you have to think of those things. Like, okay, so being different is cool in front of the camera, but what does it take to sustain having somebody different in your group off camera? Like you have to know that there's going to be different necessities. So like getting there and them not having my foundation color, any curly or black hair products, I was taking on so much, feeling like, okay, I'm different, I'm the nuisance, like I need to just make things easy. But then it's like, they brought me on as a member, like I was supposed to be a member.
Yeah.
So, you know, like you have to kind of account for that. It's like, if I'm a member, then there should be someone to do my hair, just like there's somebody to do everybody else's hair. Just little things like that, that I hope are sorted out to make the members' lives a lot easier.
Wow. Have you ever gotten any request offers or thoughts that you want to go back and do something, a little project?
I never talked about this, but before I left Korea, like right when I left the group, actually had meetings with like 2 of the big 3. At that time, I was so like not myself. Like by the end of everything, I just like felt like I had been through the ringer. At that time, I just knew I needed more than anything to like come home, defrost myself, and just like get back to who I am. So I didn't really dig into those opportunities, but it was pretty cool that they wanted to take meetings with me. Like you would never think, like, or in my position, I didn't think that any of the big three would be interested in sitting down with me. Like, yeah, a smaller company maybe would consider having a Black girl, but like not a big company.
Yeah.
So it was really kind of cool that like they even had interest to talk to me. So